What's up, everybody? You already know who it is. It's DripGodDero, and I'm back at you guys with another bang. So in today's video, man, I gotta say, Bleacher Report has been dropping bangers. So in today's video, we will be checking out this article from Bleacher Report, and it is titled "Every Projected NBA Playoff Team's Nightmare Matchup." So, soon as I seen this title, I said, bruh, I gotta bring it to the Drip God gang because this is a very interesting topic. But without further ado, let's switch over and let's get right into it. Alright, so we have switched over as you guys could see. And like I said, every projected NBA playoffs team's nightmare matchup. Now, this is from Greg Swartz. Shout out to him. And this article did release today, so shout out to my boy for the great content. And let's just read into this. I'm about to zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see it slightly better. And yeah, let's get it, man. Let's get it. All right, so let's scroll down. And just so you guys know, I will be paraphrasing when it comes to these articles. I know a lot of us, we ain't trying to read. We just got off work. We just came from the gym. We just did this, that, and the third. And we ain't trying to just hear somebody talk our brains off. So I will be paraphrasing just so you guys know. And we're starting off with the Milwaukee Bucks, as you guys can see. Now, before we actually go over the article and they actually explain who they feel like the worst matchup will be for these teams, I will actually give my guess before we actually read into it. So, my guess on the worst matchup for the Milwaukee Bucks. That's pretty interesting. Me personally, I would probably go with the 76ers, maybe. Nah. I'll definitely go with the Celtics. Never mind. I'll definitely go with the Celtics. I feel like Al Horford, he's a great defender when it comes to guarding Giannis Antetokounmpo. He has showed that over the years. So I definitely feel like that team would be a great matchup against the Milwaukee Bucks and would be a nightmare matchup against them, to be honest. Another thing is that they do have two pretty big guards and Jason Tatum and also Jaylen Brown. And them having those big guards, it can slow down and worsen the efficiency of Milwaukee's guards, aka Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. So let's scroll down. Let's see who they chose. All right. So their nightmare was the Philadelphia 76ers. That's tough because I literally just said that before I went with the Celtics. I literally just said the Philadelphia 76ers before I went with the Celtics. But I can respect that. Over their season record, they're 1-2 against the Philadelphia 76ers. And I can understand why they would be a nightmare matchup as well. Due to be honest, it's really Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, he's such a big body, such a big presence under that rim. So that can slow down Giannis a little bit. Also, you do have James Harden, who can get hot at any moment. And you do have all the other role players. They have plenty of good role players that can also get hot as well. So I can understand this matchup being a nightmare matchup. Me personally, I might still slightly side with the Celtics, slightly. But Philadelphia, I can respect that one as well. Let's keep moving. All right, so for the Boston Celtics, who would I choose? I think it's Milwaukee. Like I said, bro, I feel like those two teams, they somewhat match up very well against each other. But it would be pretty much for the same reasons as I said with Milwaukee. You know, the Milwaukee Bucks, they have two pretty good defensive guards with Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. They also have Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is a great, just team defender in general and individual defender. And let's see who they say. New York Knicks. Interesting. I wasn't expecting that. I definitely wasn't expecting that. Let's read into this. So, their nightmare matchup is the New York Knicks. During this season, they are 1-3 against them. And I'm definitely going to read a little bit more into this so that I can get some more information on it, so I can provide you guys with some more information on why they chose the New York Knicks to be the nightmare matchup for the Celtics. So I'll start right around here. Since the end of January, the Knicks are a perfect 3-0 against Boston, including a thrilling double overtime win on March 5th, despite New York missing Jalen Brunson. So the Knicks beat them even without Jalen Brunson. That's tough. They might have the Celtics numbers. Celtics star forward Jason Tatum has also struggled in this matchup, shooting just 9 of 33, 27.3% from 3 in the 3 losses. So they definitely struggled. Well, Jason Tatum definitely struggled against this team. So that's very interesting. Be on the lookout for if they do get matched up against that Knicks team. Hey, man, Jaylen Brown, he might have to actually, take over when it comes to them matching up with a team like the New York Knicks. Let's keep moving. Philadelphia 76ers. I'm going to assume it's the Celtics based on the picture. Based on the picture, I'm definitely going to assume it's the Celtics. But who knows? Let's check it out. Yeah, it's the Celtics. They pretty much spoiled it for all of us. But hey, they 0-3 against the Boston Celtics. And that pretty much tells you everything, man. I feel like the Celtics, they do match up very well, especially against the Philadelphia 76ers. You have Marcus Smart, who can definitely slow down James Harden. You have two other great defensive wings in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. For Joel Embiid, you might not be able to really slow him down too much, but I do like the spacing that the Celtics can use that can also put pressure on Embiid. So, yeah, I like this. I like this a lot, and the stats show it, man. They are 0-3 against the Boston Celtics. So that is the Philadelphia 76ers nightmare matchup. Let's keep moving. Cleveland Cavaliers. Bruh, I need to stop showing the pictures because I feel like they starting to spoil shit for us now. All right, so the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are their nightmare matchup? That's very interesting. Since I seen the picture already, I'm going to go with the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, me personally, I wouldn't really consider this a nightmare matchup, to be honest. And the reason I say that is because they are 2-2 during this record. Well, their season record against them, they are 2-2. So I wouldn't really consider that a nightmare matchup. It looks like they match up pretty evenly. And if you just think of the team builds, I can really understand why. You have the Cavs, who have some pretty long athletic forwards and big men, and Jared Allen and also Evan Mobley. They are great defenders, and they can definitely slow down a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo. But at the same time, I can see why the Milwaukee Bucks could be a bad matchup for them as well, because the Milwaukee Bucks, they have a great outside shooter in Brook Lopez who can spread the floor and get those bigs out of that paint so that Giannis can actually put in work in that paint. So I could definitely understand why they would be a bad matchup. We also do have to bring up the defensive end when it comes to Drew Holiday. He can slow down Donovan Mitchell a little bit. So I could definitely understand why they would be considered a nightmare matchup. But me personally, I wouldn't consider them a true nightmare matchup due to them being 2-2 against them for the season record. But let's keep it moving. All right, New York Knicks. Bruh. Fuck, I gotta stop showing the pictures, man. We seen the picture. I'm assuming that it is the Bucks. Yes, it's the Bucks. All right, so They are 0-3 against the Bucks. It makes sense, man. The Bucks is looking like the Bucks are the kryptonite for a lot of these Eastern Conference teams. Think they've already been like the nightmare matchup for 3 different teams at this point. So that's actually pretty crazy. And yeah, they are 0-3 for their season record against the Bucks. And if we just think about the team build, they do match up very well against them, man. They do. Like, Giannis, he can more than likely clump up my boy Julius Randle, no offense. You have Drew Holiday who can slow down Jalen Brunson. And then, let's just keep it real. The Bucks, they have better role players than the Knicks in general. So I could definitely understand why they are a nightmare matchup. Let's keep it moving. I'm going to try not to show the picture so we don't keep getting hold. All right, Brooklyn Nets. Who do I feel like will be their nightmare matchup? I think it would be the Philadelphia 76ers for this one. Let's scroll down. Let's see who it is. Oh! Stop playing with me, boy. Stop playing with me. Who I say? The Philadelphia 76ers. And who it is? The Philadelphia 76ers. The reason I think this is because of Joel Embiid. Like, they don't have a big man who could really slow this man down. But let's scroll down. They 0-3 against the Philadelphia 76ers. And they're pretty much explaining what I said. Brooklyn is still pretty thin up front with Nick Claxton and Nerlens Noel, allowing Joel Embiid the opportunity to feast inside. That's pretty much the moral of the story. They don't have enough size when it comes to the front court. But let's scroll down. Let's keep it moving. I'm trying not to spoil it for y'all. All right. Miami Heat. Who do I feel like will be a bad matchup for this thing? This is an interesting one. This is definitely an interesting one. Maybe it's Brooklyn. Maybe it's the Brooklyn Nets. It may be. I'm not sure. I don't want to just choose the top tier teams. Like, it's easy to go with Philly. It's easy to go with Milwaukee or the Celtics, but I'm gonna go with Brooklyn for them. Who knows? Oh, it's the Knicks. Interesting. All right, so their nightmare matchup is New York Knicks. They are 0-2 against the New York Knicks, which makes sense. So they did lose one game. It was 122-120. So that's a tough L, man. That's definitely a tough L. Julius Randle hit 8 3-pointers and scored 43 points. That's very tough. That's very tough. And then another thing they do notice that New York getting Josh Hart does give them a talented wing defender to slow down Jimmy Butler, and Mitchell Robertson, his size is making it hard for Bam Adebayo. So that makes sense. That do make sense when you really think about it. And I really feel like, would I consider them a nightmare matchup? Maybe. Because you gotta think about this game. That was a very close game right here, man. This 122-121. And then it's like Kyle Lowry, he hasn't really been healthy that much this year. So it's like there might be a little more to look into with this. But, hey, who knows, man? Who knows? Let's keep moving. Atlanta Hawks. Who would their nightmare matchup be? I think I'm going Philly, man. I feel like, maybe not. Maybe not Philly. Maybe the Knicks. I might go either Philly or maybe the Knicks. I don't know. Oh, Miami. Interesting. All right, so Miami, they are 1-3 against the Miami Heat. Let's read into this. The Heat have defeated the Hawks twice in the last week to improve to 3-1 overall on the year against them, thanks to a strong defensive effort around Trae Young. So, pretty much they ended up just slowing down Trae Young, And we could see that his output was horrible. He was only averaging 19.8 points on 35.6% overall and 20.8% from deep, which is horrible. Let's keep it a band. So that's definitely interesting. It looks like Miami has the, matchup check when it comes to them. It looks like they know how to definitely defend my boy Trae Young. Let's keep moving. Actually, we stopping right there. We go do the West tomorrow, so y'all definitely stay tuned for the West. And before I head out, if you enjoyed this video, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the motherfucking channel, turn on notifications and all that good stuff. And we will do the Western Conference's worst nightmares when it comes to the playoffs tomorrow. So stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. But hey, I'm out. Peace.